On the surface, I think that country areas look quite peaceful and seem like quite nice areas to live in. I think for the guys that we're working with, a lot of them have, childhoods where dad wasn't around, dad was abusive, so lots of drug and alcohol abuse. There's unemployment, and we've got a few guys that are illiterate, have no idea how to manage their emotions, and they've always had to be top dog because they've been abused as a child. None of these men want to be abusive, but they've got these walls up and they've got this fear of, if I'm vulnerable, what's then going to happen to me? Where's my space?
Yeah, where my life was at the start of the year is probably a place I don't want to be again, to where I am now. There was the deep and dark thoughts, whereas now I could manage all that and know I can stay at my own level. What was the cause? Me going off and putting a hole in the wall. I never used to talk about anything, I was just to bottle it all up, and when I explode, I'll explode.
As a victim survivor, I seen the need for that support for the males. I know what I went through with my kid's father. It was really difficult because the responsibility was placed on me to keep myself and the kids safe. Well, there is basically no services that will work with the man who uses harm. This massive gap. We're kind of only sorting out one part of it, and we need to be working with those men because those men will then go and have relationships with other women. They're still going to be parenting these children. If we're going to make real change, we need to be supporting everyone.
There's not a lot of programs out there that'll challenge you the way that Beck and Andrew challenged us in this one. Yeah, having a male and female facilitator in the group is a big help because you can see the experience from the female side, and then you've also got the male and then all of us. And Beck been through the same kind of stuff as well. She could sort of relate back to certain things and challenge that.
Many of our communities in our diocese continuously sit in the top 10 of rates of domestic violence. To address that effectively, we need to change the attitudes of men in those communities. That's what this program is about, getting men on board, sharing their stories, looking at their behaviours and the impacts of those behaviours through the eyes of their partners, and then really, really digging deep to find out the root causes and then implementing tools how we can help. It was beneficial to actually do the program and journey with the men. It did surprise me greatly when I started to reflect on my own life and some of my own behaviours that I fit those categories. I was the classic perpetrator that people would target and say, you are a perpetrator of domestic violence. That wasn't a physical act, but certainly some of the coercion, the controlling behaviours. It was hard to look at, but I think it was important because then the men can see that I'm genuine, and it certainly made me a better partner.
It's really important to have the male and female facilitator because we create that balance so they watch how we work together. And I challenge my male facilitator quite a lot because he unpacks a lot of his stuff. So it shows the guys that I can challenge and it's still safe. I'm still safe, he's still safe. And I think that's what creates that space for the guys to be more open as well.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it felt really good to open up. Yeah, like we were all pretty quiet at the start, but towards the end, couldn't shut us up. Yeah, I'm very grateful that I was able to find that support and help that I needed. Otherwise, who knows where I'd be.
Once they realised it was a safe space and had the support from the fellow participants, plus Rebecca and myself, and their confidence just grew. And that confidence led to the outcomes that we're seeing with regards to employment, obtaining their driver's licence, less instances of reported abuse with their partner, less drug use, less reliance on alcohol. The group is the change.
They deserve the right to be able to live a happy, healthy life. So I feel like it's kind of like a pay it forward. We're giving them a gift to be able to, open up that space and really challenge their behaviours.
I grew up in the country areas and men don't show feelings, you suck it up, you just get on with it, you don't talk about things. That's what we are trying to change. We're trying to have men to allow themselves to sit with that vulnerability, to not be ashamed of it, and to discuss it openly with their partners and their friends and their family as well. We need to break that mould of what a typical man looks like in the bush.
I feel good at where I'm at. And you know, the most important thing in my life at the moment would be being that better father for my kids.